And welcome back. We're back here with the Let's Become the Obsidian Sentinel. And after the events of Zell, I was able to level up my smithing quite a bit. And so I'm actually at level 25, so I thought it would be a good time to do a bit of a recap of perks and skills and abilities and loadout and all that kind of thing. Okay, so as you can see, I'm now carrying a dwarven shield and dwarven sword. I'm still using my steel armor because I didn't want the Obsidian Sentinel to look like Mason's other build, the Bronze Sentinel. So we'll just take a look at where we're at. So we got Magicka of 291. 101 of that is from the Atronach Stone. And that's how we know what the spell absorption percentage is. If it's over 100, then we're absorbing all incoming spells, spells and dragon breath and diseases and poison. So basically, we're completely immune to all of that. Destruction, as you can see, is at 27. I've got perks in Novice and Dual Casting. Restorations at 42. Got perks in Novice and Regeneration. Now the build calls for putting another one into Apprentice. I may or may not do that. I don't know if it's really going to be necessary. Enchanting's reached 36, mainly just from disenchanting things. I did go to Radiant Raiment and pick up the a necklace or a ring of health regeneration, and I disenchanted that and put it, and then enchanted it with Grand Soul gems onto my armor and onto another ring. So enchanting is not perked at all in this build, of course, but you can do a little bit of throw a few Grand Souls at a few things until you're able to get your final armor and everything from the merchants. Smithing is at 40, so I've got one in steel and dwarven, and that's why I'm able to run with an exquisite dwarven sword and shield, and my armor is also exquisite. Heavy armor's at 46, so I got one in Juggernaut and well fitted. Block is at 64. I've got 4 in Shield Wall and 1 in Deflect Arrows. One hand is at 60 finally, so I got 4 in Armsman and Fighting Stance. And Speech has just been going up by itself. And Alchemy is at 65 with 4 in Alchemist, Physician, and Benefactor. Now, because I have 2 items that increase Alchemy, I'll show you those in a second. I only have to have 4 points in Alchemist, and I'm only at 65, and yet I'm still able to create the potions needed to get 100% absorption. So from this point on, I'm only making utility potions and, I guess, frost, weakness to frost potions when I want to eventually use the Blizzard, the enhanced Blizzard spell. But from now on, I don't need to really focus on this because I already have the 100% spell absorption. Okay, now my armor rating is at 260. This includes the 25% bonus from Ancient Knowledge that we got doing the Unfathomable Depths quest. So I found a smithing ring, which helped to get these to exquisite. Got a necklace of blocking, which helps out a little bit. I enchanted my shield with 13% block as well. And then here I got health regeneration on the armor and the ring. And I'm using an exquisite dwarven sword. So up to this point, I've found that I do need some health potions, and I've used a potion that fortifies block and heavy armor, which helps a lot with reducing incoming damage at these levels. I don't know, it'd be very difficult to do this, to play up to this level without using any restore health potions. I guess it is possible if you play very slowly and very carefully. The health regeneration helps a little bit, although it's only 20% right now, so it's not that big of a deal. Later on, when we get our final ebony armor with, I think it's 140% or 150% faster health regeneration, and of course armor rating and blocking will be pretty much maxed out by that point, then take very little physical damage. So we do have basically two different kinds of fights, right? We got physical ones, mainly against bandits, and in that case it's all about, you know, shield and heavy armor and blocking and hacking them to pieces. You don't use a lot of magicka because it doesn't regenerate. So for those types of fights, it's you have to be careful. I guess you have to be more careful because you can't just, you know, use a restoration spell and then let your magicka regenerate, because it doesn't regenerate once you reach 100%. Then you got mage fights, which at this point I'm 100% immune to their spells, so I don't do... they can't do any damage to me except with their daggers, and I can easily heal that. So those fights are going to be pretty easy and start to becoming a bit more entertaining too, which is interesting because I think I now have enough. Yeah, I now have just enough, well, a little bit more magicka than I need to cast the Frost Rune. So in mage fights I can use this, and my destruction is going to start leveling up really quickly. Okay, so then of course you got dragon fights, and they're kind of a mix between magic and physical. So dragon breaths are completely a non-issue at this point. And so I only have to worry about, you know, being bitten by them or whatever when they're landed, which of course is a threat because this is a melee build and you can't do any range damage, so you have to get up in their face to attack them. But as long as I, you know, bash them when they're trying to bite at me and stuff, it's not too bad until we get stronger dragons. Okay, so I think that about sums it up. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll try and help out as much as possible. For your own build, I would personally, if I was going to redo this, I would focus more on smithing than on alchemy in these first 25 levels. Try to get that up to 80 so you can have a full set of ebony armor, and then you look the part and everything. And you just have to not fight a lot of mages. You can throw on the Atronax stone with just the 50% spell absorption, and that's fine for when you're fighting like the odd mage that's in bandit camps. But I would say up to level 25, focusing mainly on fighting bandits as just a standard sword and board type of warrior is probably the best way to go. I kind of messed things up a bit by making a push for alchemy so that I could be immune to spell damage. It's working out now. After going through Avenging Zell, I leveled up like heavy armor, block, and one-handed a lot, so I'm pretty much okay now. I didn't completely mess it up, but that's my recommendation anyway, to focus a bit more on the warrior side for the first half. And then once that's at a good level, you can go more into alchemy and become basically immune to mages and start hunting them down. So I'm going to have to, now for the next few levels, going to focus mostly on smithing, so I can try and get that up. And that's about it. So we will see you next time on episode 9, I believe it is. Thanks for watching.